Stop playing. You're live. All right, we're live right now. Hey, Rastafari King David, giving to you live and direct. You know what it is, all the time. Rastafari King David. I'm doing a series right now. What does it mean to be a Rasta? It's a lot of misconceptions and all that, and a lot of people are under the impression that in order to be a Rasta, it's a religion. It's not really a religion. It's a way of life. So what I'm doing on every Sunday is sharing my understanding of what it means to be a Rasta and the tenements of being a Rasta. One of those was the Nazarene vow, which you can find in Numbers in the Bible. I mentioned that in the previous broadcast from last week. The Nazarene vow, which is you're agreeing to walk with the Most High for a stipulated period of time. And while you're doing so, you don't cut your hair, you don't ingest alcoholic beverages, and you don't expose yourself to dead bodies while you're practicing the Nazarene vow. The Nazarene vow was also practiced by Samson, the guy with all the hair, the strongest man in the Bible. And as it turns out, he was a Nazarene from his birth, meaning he's walking with God and he's agreeing. Well, his mom agreed that he's not going to cut his hair. He's not going to expose himself to alcoholic beverages and things of that nature. You can do the research yourself on the Nazarene vow in the Bible. I'm going to go further into that on further broadcast. But today, what I'm going to do is read a little something from Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a Pan-Africanist from Jamaica in the early 1900s. So this was like I think he was born in 1890 something or so, and then he started coming to fame in Jamaica, and he did a lot of positive work for Pan-Africanism coming out of Jamaica, and he had a lot of things to say. I mean, he's one of my heroes, and I appreciate a lot of the things that Marcus Garvey has done. I'm gonna see if I can get post some of the information on at the bottom of this post where you can get some of these books. So right now I'm going to read from the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. I'm not going to go too long today on this one either. It's been a long day. I just washed my hair, and it's a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. I got to do my hair and all that. But right now I'm going to read from the Philosophy, my hair and all that. But right now I'm going to read from the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, and this philosophy and opinion is for man to know thyself. So I'm just going to read this directly. It's about it's like 7 paragraphs or so, but I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, this was a powerful brother. You need to get a copy of the book and check it out for yourself and come up with your own opinions. But here we go. Man, know thyself. This is coming from the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. For man to know himself is for him to feel that for him there is no human master. For him, nature is his servant, and whatsoever he wills in nature, that shall be his reward. If he wills to be a pygmy, a serf, or a slave, that shall he be. Of the things common to man, then he shall be his own sovereign. When man to the level of the lower animals, and whatsoever the real man bids him to do, even as if it were of the lower animals, that much shall he do. If he says go, he goes. If he says come, he comes. By this command, he performs the functions of life, even as by a similar command, the mule, the horse, the cow perform the will of their masters. For the last 400 years, the Negro has been in the position of being commanded, even as the lower animals are controlled. Our race has been without a will, without a purpose of its own for all this length of time. Because of that, we have developed few men who are able to understand the strenuousness of the age in which we live. Where can we find in this race of ours real men? Men of character, men of purpose, men of confidence, men of faith, men who really know themselves. I have come across so many weaklings who profess to be leaders, and in the test, I have found them to be slaves of a nobler class. They perform the will of their masters without question. To me, a man has no master but God. Man, in his authority, is sovereign Lord. As for the individual man, so of the individual race. This feeling makes man so courageous, so bold, as to make it impossible for his brother to intrude on his rights. So few of us can understand what it takes to make a man. The man who will never say die, the man who will never give up, the man who will never depend upon others to do for him what he ought to do for himself, the man who will not blame God, who will not blame nature, who will not blame fate for his condition, but the man who will go out and make conditions to suit himself. Oh, how disgusting life becomes when on every hand you hear people who bear your image, who bear your resemblance, telling you that they cannot make it, that fate is against them, that they cannot get a chance. If 400 million Negroes can only get to know themselves, to know that in them is sovereign power, is an authority that is absolute, then in the next 24 hours, we would have a new race. We would have a nation, an empire resurrected, not from the will of others to see us rise, but from our own determination to rise, irrespective of what the world thinks. Bam! My man spits fire. It is a whole book. Look, look, yeah. That's Marcus Garvey, and this dude went to jail a couple times in a couple of different countries. He went to war with other black intelligentsia because they agreed, and then others went so far as to call him pretty much said everything, all the negative stereotypes that you can come up with for a dark skinned, a heavy set man. You know, he was a pickaninny, and all that. That came from our own people in reference to Marcus Garvey. You can have an opinion one way or the other, but what I try to do is follow the facts. You know, I am a man, and I'm an American man, so I'm an angry black man, a bit at that too, but can't let that angry black man identify things that are facts as false. You know, you get so upset and you're working from so much emotion when people present to you facts that refute your emotions. Instead of acknowledging the fact, you just continue with the uninformed emotion. And part of what I'm doing here is trying to inform people on what's going on so you can make solid decisions based in facts, not in emotions. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be trying to do this every Sunday. Going to have something for you. And I'm working on a lot more stuff in the background. I don't want to talk about that because then you might jinx it. And, you know, when you say that it's there and it's not there, it looks pretty bad. But we're working on a lot of things. So on Sundays, I'm doing the spiritual Rastafari King David thing. And on Fridays, we are broadcasting live here in the UK. I'm in the UK right now. Hills FM 98.6, and kickstarting your weekend. It's like 300,000 listeners or something like that. You know, I'm excited about that. I really like, you know, doing that thing. You know, we're working on that broadcast. We also working on the sex and money broadcast. Don't forget about those. And we got some upcoming Tribe of Israel stuff coming out on Saturdays too. So stay tuned to your boy. I'm gonna keep you abreast of what's going on. Set this up a little bit better because I'm, having technological issues. You know, I got a mic, but the Mac is not holding the mic. You know, little stuff like that. I'm having a hard time broadcasting on the network and bringing people in. we got to work out all those kinks. But long story short, we're building, it's a worldwide thing. We do have a voice and we're utilizing our voice. So thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned to you, boy. You can check me out here. I'm going to be on YouTube, Rastafari King David. I'm on Instagram, Rastafari King David. I got the website, lovemovement.co. You can go to www.hillsfm.co.uk/listen /again and check out some of the King David shows, kickstarting those weekends. Thanks for tuning in. Love you. Hope you're having a fantastic week and all of that. Signing off. I'll let your boy.